Hi there, it's Noelle CoStar here with Noellness.com. Let's talk about this full moon lunar eclipse that's happening in Taurus. So this is going to be going down today, really in the night, like 2 o'clock in the morning. In the eastern sky, you'll be able to see it from like 2 a.m. to about 4 a.m. It's actually supposed to be a really long partial lunar eclipse. But what's it all mean? What's it all mean for us? What is this eclipse energy about? And the truth is, it's about transformation and change. And unfortunately, for a lot of people, change and transformation feels painful because we don't like to change. We like to hold on tightly to things that we love and things that we're clinging to. And sometimes we are forced to change, and sometimes we're excited about it because we've hit a certain baseline in our life and we're like, I need change, I'm craving it, I desire it. And that's kind of what's happening right now in this full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. In fact, there's been a lot building. I personally feel like probably since the end of September, there has been a building tension that is leading to growth in a lot of our relationships. There's lots of questions. More truth is being brought to light. And there's so much perspective being shed into many different areas and subjects collectively on the planet. So there's a lot of change coming up for us. And as we go into 2022, this is going to be such a really big year where it's the culmination of everything that's been happening pretty much since 2019. And here we're going to see some of the serious action coming to play. But I have a question for you, and maybe you're super young, and so maybe this might not apply to you, but I want you to think about what you were doing 19 to 20 years ago. Because that same energy, if you can pinpoint it in your life, the challenges that were coming up, the feelings, the way that we were collectively changing. 19 years ago was right after 9/11. I know for me, there was a lot of change and transformation taking place in my life. I moved to England. I opened a day spa. It was a time that I was seeking out doing tarot card readings all over the place. I started doing readings for people. And so I had a spiritual revolution happen to me as well. So I want you to think about what you were doing because that energy is about to transpire again for us. And so if you can think and harness on what you needed to cultivate and learn or what the challenges were during that period of your life, you might be able to have a smoother ride right now or be able to catapult on this energy because you are viewing it through a different lens. All right, so I want to talk about this lunar eclipse and this full moon. And one of the things I want to ask the cards is, what do we need to let go of? Because full moons are a time of letting go. It's a time when an energy has come to the fullness, to the head. And it's time to really look at this in all the light and see all the sides and the aspects of it and let it go and let change transpire. And so we're going to ask the cards for our highest good collectively. What do we need to let go of right now? Right now, during this eclipse weekend, what is the most important thing for us to let go from our heart our minds and our bodies. Okay, so here we have the Page of Wands upside down. Okay, this is, we need to let go of the bad, negative messages that we've been getting about our physical reality. We have to let go of all that, because right now it is time to come out of our shells. Here we have the Hermit card upside down. This is telling us it's time to come out. It's time for action. It's time. We have put plenty of knowledge in. We've been putting in. We've been spending lots of time alone and growing, incubating. And here we're still not able to make the choices that we're wanting to make. And so this is where we're starting to have this friction, this coming to a head. Whenever you get the Two of Swords, this is a time where sitting on the fence, and this is coming up for so many people, especially right now with the mandates of the vaccinations. Here we have two sides of the matter. It's even interesting that we have the piercing, the shots, Tarot cards are so literal, as well as, we have the meanings that steeped in rich history and wisdom. I know for me, when my journey with the tarot got started, 25 years ago, for me, and I'll just share with you a very personal thing. 28 years ago today, I'm cutting this video tonight on Wednesday, November 17th. 28 years ago today, one of my very favorite people, my cousin, Marissa Syback, she left Earth. She was in a car crash and she transitioned into non-physical. And it was a pivotal moment of waking up for me and recognizing that there is something beyond what we have here. And I had always known, but when this happened, it created a transformation like no other that I had ever had. And really, that's what started me on my journey to start learning how to read the tarot, was wanting to have a language, wanting to be able to have a direct conversation with the divine, with my higher self, with people that had left Earth already. And I was raised Christian, so I was super scared about opening the door to this. I don't know why we have this irrational fear, a lot of us, that have been passed down. It's legacy type of stuff to keep you away from being in direct contact with your higher self, with divine, with source energy that's always available to you. But it's been passed down, that cracking open a deck of tarot cards could somehow create death in your life or destruction or jinx you in some way. All of that stuff is rubbish. It is like opening a vast portal into wisdom and infinite connection with your source and being able to tap right into clarity. And so I just want to let you know I'm doing a workshop this Sunday. It's a beginner's tarot workshop. So if you have a deck or if you've been wanting to learn about the tarot, I'm super excited because it's going to be really fun, which is what starting a journey into your spiritual expansion should be. Fun, exciting. And that's what it's going to be. We're going to have a great time. And if you want to register, go to newwellness.com and you can there's still some availability to get into the workshop. It's going to be from 10:30 to 1. And it's going to be interactive, so you're definitely going to give a couple of readings and get a couple of readings, and it's going to be awesome. You're going to feel like you are ready to go into the holidays, just getting started and practicing and having fun with this and being able to connect with people in a real authentic way. I can't tell you how many barriers and walls that the tarot cards have brought down in between me and other people so that real um, loving dialogue and healing can happen. And I would love to see you get started if that's what you're looking for. I want to do a little reading from this deck. It's called The Runes for Modern Life. And this deck I don't know especially well yet, but I'm loving getting to know it. And what's important about when you get a new deck of cards is that you do keep reading out of it, keep reading out of it, keep playing with them, keep using them and connecting your energy to them so that the wisdom and insight can happen for you. I am asking right now, during this transformational time, what is the most important message for us collectively? What do we most need to know? Okay. Okay. Athala. But it's always good to look first at the picture and feel into what you think. I see a girl here playing with a necklace that has a peace sign on it. And there's a lot of lush vegetation in the picture, on the dresses, in the room. So that to me speaks to growth. And then, they're hanging out. They seem to be enjoying each other's company. There's also a picture on the wall that looks like another generation of people hanging out. And so this is a good time to take stock of the past and also be present and decide how you want to move forward. Okay, so let's look at what this card means. Pronunciation, Oath Allah, meaning property and inheritance. Oath Allah is the 24th and final rune card. It pays tribute to your family heritage, both the material possessions that you have inherited and the attributes and traits that you were born with. When this rune card appears, you are encouraged to think about your ancestors and your current family traditions. Which influences and beliefs from your past, including your childhood, have shaped your life and contributed to the person you are today? How far do these beliefs chime with your own? Do you feel there is conflict between what is expected of you and who you really want to be? Either way, this card calls you to be true to who you are and let go of the beliefs that you don't feel in tune with anymore. What truly matters to you. An alternative reading of this rune is that you should research your family history to discover what the past can teach you about and where you came from so that you can look forward to where you're going. And so just in looking at the card, did you see how close to the meaning I was? And I've never even drawn this card before. So this is an important thing that I'm going to teach on Sunday, is how you can look at a card and really start to intuit and speak out with your channel, your voice. This is what happens is most people get a deck of cards, they look at the picture, they look it up, they're thinking, and nothing is getting said. Nothing is getting talked about out loud. And you are forgetting that you have a powerful channel, your throat chakra, and it is one of the most powerful ways that we create on planet Earth. And we're going to get into how you use that. So I would love to see you at this workshop if it's for you, if you are a newbie, if you've been reading cards for the first year, you're still looking at cards all the time, then you're going to be just fine in this workshop, It's going to be a starter workshop. I'm going to be teaching some basics, but it's going to be fun. What else do I want to say? Should we do one more final reading out of my very first deck? Well, this isn't actually my very first deck, but this is the first deck that I started reading cards out of in England. My first Rider-Waite deck. And I think we got some serious messages already with what I went through, but I know we're coming up on Thanksgiving week. So let's just see what is going to be happening. What do we most need to know about over Thanksgiving week to have positive transformation in our lives and our relationships? Because I think the card that we just heard from is speaking to, so often we go along with what everybody else is doing, especially in our family unit. And it is difficult to break away and decide, like, this is who I am, and this is what feels good to me, and this is how I'm living, and pull yourself out of the control dramas that have been going on for years and years. And if you don't know, I'm doing a book club right now on the Celestine Prophecy. We're halfway through, but it's a great book. So even if you didn't get a chance to be part of this book group, check it out. Really gets into some of this stuff where we are stepping up as a civilization on the planet right now, where we are having to take more responsibility for the words that we speak, for the things that we are thinking, for the intentions that are in our heart, and what they are creating, and how we're interacting with each other, not only on a what you can see level, but starting to understand that we have to break the patterns. We have to break the patterns that are going on in our mind. Only you are in there with you. Nobody else can be in there catching you saying the same thing again. Only you can do that. And I believe in you. I know you're capable of change. I know it's scary. Trust me. I have changed myself all over the place and still am looking to do it constantly. And it hurts every time. It's painful because you're letting go of something, but it's exhilarating because you're moving towards something else. And it definitely takes a lot of energy and is exhausting. And so take good self-care of you during this time. All right, let's see what's going on over Thanksgiving. Okay, so, where there has been, we have here the Seven of Swords upside down. So where there have been past conflict with you and family members, where there has been things going on behind, a lot of times family has this where, and groups of friends have this, where things are going on between some people and things are doing behind other people's back. It's a time to kind of try to put that stuff away for the minute and really embrace the opportunity for love that's available right now, because there's this upsurge. Like I said, there's this tension been building since September. It's this upsurge also that's culminating in this emotional crescendo, where there is an opportunity to cleanse and purge some of this stuff out and really truly open our hearts to a bigger swell of love between anybody that you have a relationship with. And sometimes there is some letting go, and that's okay too. It's okay. But then I want you to understand that as we come out of the weekend, going into the week before Christmas, it is going to be busy, busy, busy with work. I feel like, this is a really big time, this between Thanksgiving going into the second week of December, where we're going to be pushed towards making changes to our financial ways that we're making income, and ways that we're trying to um, generate our prosperity, I guess is the best way to put it. It feels like you're going to be guided to be more in alignment with your highest good, not just climbing whatever the corporate ladder is, which was, go to school, do this for the rest of your life. It feels like, yes, that's all right, and that's been great. And everybody's going to be busily making money. But it does feel like there's a shift in mindset happening, and we're going to be propelled towards this. So if you're getting the urges to do things differently than how you've done them, don't get scared. Do things that can support you. Have a game plan, maybe, but follow your heart, follow your gut, follow this inspiration to move. Try not to follow your logic during this time, because it will lead you probably to the past. All right. I love you guys. I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Happy full moon, lunar eclipse, and definitely have a very amazing holiday next week.